Prepare the required tools. Power off the device. Use the eject pin to remove the SIM card tray. Place the device on the heating platform with the TP facing down. Heat the device at 65 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. Fix the device on the disassembly fixture with the rear cover facing down. Attach the vacuum cup to the upper right corner of the TP and open a gap. Insert the opening pick in the gap and swipe the opening pick along the edges to separate the TP LCD. Turn over the TP LCD to the left. Use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 2 screws. Remove the battery B2B connector steel sheet and LCD B2B connector steel sheet. Use the B2B connector removal tool to unfasten the battery B2B connector and LCD B2B connector. Remove the adhesive from the TP, LCD, and rear cover assembly. Use lint-free cloth dipped in alcohol to remove the residual adhesive. Use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 14 screws. Remove the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connector steel sheet and main FPC B2B connector steel sheets. Use plastic tweezers to remove the left and right antenna supports. Use plastic tweezers to pry out the coaxial cable heads on the PCBA and rear camera subboard. Pry out the coaxial cable heads on the PCBA and USB subboard and remove the coaxial cables. Use the B2B connector removal tool to unfasten the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connectors, Pogo pin FPC B2B connector, main FPC B2B connectors. Remove the rear camera subboard FPC and main FPC. Use plastic tweezers to remove the mylar from the upper right speaker. Remove the upper right speaker FPC. Pry out the PCBA at its lower right corner. Lift the bottom of the PCBA. Use the plastic spudger to separate the front camera from the rear cover assembly. Remove the PCBA. Turn over the PCBA. Use plastic tweezers to remove the front camera FPC copper foil and ZIF connector mylar. Unfasten the ZIF connector. Remove the front camera. Use lint-free cloth dipped in alcohol to remove the residual adhesive. Check that the new PCBA is free of cosmetic defects and abnormal springs. Fasten the front camera FPC ZIF connector. Attach a piece of mylar to the ZIF connector. Align the copper foil with the front camera FPC and attach it properly. Remove the release film. Bend the battery FPC, Pogo pin FPC, and upper right speaker FPC upwards. Tilt and insert the top of the PCBA in the rear cover assembly. Press the PCBA in place. Fasten the upper right speaker FPC ZIF connector. Attach a piece of mylar to the ZIF connector. Fasten a new coaxial cable on the PCBA and USB subboard. Fit the coaxial cable in the groove. Fasten the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connectors. Fasten the main FPC B2B connectors. Fasten the Pogo pin FPC B2B connector. Install the upper left and right antenna supports. The PCBA is now properly replaced. Remove the TP LCD and battery B2B connector. Use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the black screw and 6 silver screws. Remove the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connector steel sheet. Remove the rear camera subboard B2B connector steel sheet. Pry out the coaxial cable head on the rear camera subboard and PCBA and remove the coaxial cable. Use the B2B connector removal tool to unfasten the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connectors. Remove the rear camera subboard FPC. Remove the rear camera subboard. Check that the new rear camera subboard is free of cosmetic defects. Insert it in the rear cover assembly. Install the rear camera subboard B2B connector steel sheet. Fasten a new coaxial cable on the PCBA and rear camera subboard. Fasten the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connectors. Install the rear camera subboard FPC B2B connector steel sheet. Use the Phillips screwdriver to tighten the black screw and 6 silver screws. Remove the TP, LCD, and battery B2B connector. Use plastic tweezers to remove the motor steel sheet foam. Use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 21 screws. Use plastic tweezers to remove the upper right antenna support, main FPC B2B connector steel sheets, USB port steel sheet, and motor steel sheet. Pry out the coaxial cable heads on the PCBA and USB subboard and remove the coaxial cables. Use the B2B connector removal tool to unfasten the main FPC B2B connectors. Remove the main FPC. Use plastic tweezers to remove the 3 pieces of mylar from the upper right speaker ZIF connector, side button FPC ZIF connector, headset jack ZIF connector. Unfasten the ZIF connectors and remove the FPCs. Remove the upper right speaker and side button FPC support. Use the plastic spudger to pry out the USB subboard at the upper right speaker position. Insert the USB port on the USB subboard in the opening on the rear cover assembly. Install the upper right speaker and side button FPC support. Use plastic tweezers to fasten the upper right speaker FPC ZIF connector, side button FPC ZIF connector, headset jack FPC ZIF connector. Attach a piece of mylar to each ZIF connector. Fasten a new coaxial cable on the PCBA and USB subboard. Fasten the main FPC on the PCBA and USB subboard. Install the motor steel sheet, USB port steel sheet, main FPC B2B connector steel sheets, and upper right antenna support. Use the Phillips screwdriver to tighten the 21 silver screws. Attach the motor steel sheet foam. The USB subboard is now properly replaced. Remove the battery B2B connector and PCBA. Remove the rear camera subboard. USB subboard. Use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 screws from the upper left speaker. Use the plastic spudger to separate the upper left speaker from the rear cover assembly and then remove it. Use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 12 screws. Use plastic tweezers to remove the mylar from the pogo pin connector. Unfasten the lower speaker ZIF connectors on the pogo pin FPC. Remove the lower speakers. Use plastic tweezers to remove the headset jack steel sheet, headset jack, jack and pogo pin FPC. Remove the adhesive release films from a new rear cover assembly. Install the pogo pin FPC. Install the pogo pin FPC support. Install the headset jack steel sheet, and lower speakers. Use the Phillips screwdriver to tighten the 10 silver screws and 2 black screws. Install the USB subboard, upper right speaker, upper left speaker, rear camera subboard, PCBA, coaxial cables, and B2B connector steel sheets. Tighten all screws. Fix 2 pieces of adhesives on the adhesive attachment fixture and remove the release films. Align the TP LCD with the locating pins on the fixture and attach 4 pieces of adhesives to its edges. Press the edges to fix the adhesives. Remove the release film from the adhesive on the edge with the rear camera. Place the TP LCD with the screen facing down. Fasten the LCD B2B connector and battery B2B connector. Install the battery B2B connector steel sheet and LCD B2B connector steel sheet. Use the Phillips screwdriver to tighten the 2 silver screws. Attach a warranty sticker to the specified screw. Remove the release films from the other 3 edges. Confirm that the front camera and front camera lens on the TP LCD are free of smudges and foreign objects. Align the TP LCD with the rear cover assembly and install it properly. Check that the press fitting roller is free of foreign objects. Press fit each edge of the TP LCD at an even speed. Ensure that only the green part of the pressure indicator on the top is exposed. Press fit each edge 4 to 5 times. Press fit each long edge for 4 seconds each time. Press fit each short edge for 3 seconds each time. Then press fit each corner for 10 seconds. Insert the SIM card tray in the device. This is the end of the video tutorial. Thanks for watching.